going to be sharing this video because there's a lot of confusion in the Black community. And this young lady has the nerve to say that we have to leave the reservations. First of all, living the reservation has not been glamorous, and we're not going anywhere because Daddy's Sacred Mountain, Mount Zion, is there, and that belongs to our people. So let me explain. Again, okay, so America is the land of Canaan. And during the famine, we were strangers in a strange land, and we settled in the Americas. So in the reading of Joshua, we fought the Canaanites and took possession of the land of Canaan. And the land of Canaan became our land, our territory. But the king of Nineveh, right, in Babylon was Nimrod, and he was a giant, and he was also a Hamite. So Hamites are the dark races, right? So Daddy divided the earth between the three children of Noah. So Shem got the Americas, Ham got Africa, and Japheth got Eurasia. Believe it or not, Japheth originally started black as well. But Ham had a son that got cursed, and his son's name was what? Canaan, who had to be what? Associated with Africa, and the Egyptians come from the land of Canaan, and the Egyptians were black. So it tells you free blacks of Israel Hill. These Israelites, African Americans, because they are African American, and Daddy's children are not Israelites. Okay, so the trinity of the Egyptian gods, Isis, Ra, and El, right? Not A-L, but Elohim, not the same thing. Let me explain. You see, Isis, Ra, and El is for Israelites who are not Israelites. And remember, they manipulated our book when they took it and rewrote it. I do not have mercy on Joshua, the people who are known by your name. So Daddy's people will be known by his name. And the devil's people will be known by the devil's name. So we're not Israelites. So there you go. There's Yasharals. Ends with a what? A-L, not a E-L. Daddy's name, excuse me. I apologize. That happens sometimes when I hit it too much. Okay? So Daddy's name is Yahuwah, and his son's name is Yahushua, right? Okay? Give it a second. It just needs to catch up. It happens sometimes when I tap it. Israel. Okay, so it's Yasharals. We're Yasharals. So again, we're Elohim, Yahuwah. So we are Yahudeans, Yahudi. Instead of a Jew, Yahudi, right? Or Yasharals, or remnants, but not Israelites. We're not Israelites. You see? Yahoo. Okay, so the scripture says, I come in my Father's name, and ye receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him you shall receive. They're referring to that Jesus that started off white. Actually, he did not start off white. He started off black. Then he became white, and now he's black again. So you see, I come in my Father's name, Yahuwah, and Yahushua. You can't get that out of Jesus, Christ, and Lord, and God. You can't. So like I said, he started off black, then white. Now he is black again. Because the Moors are behind all these Abrahamic religions, and I'm going to show you that.
Man, y'all pretendians are taking this thing too far, y'all. I promise you. These pretendians are going too far. Check this out right here.
Pack it up, bitch. Pack it up. Pack it up. We coming for our shit. Take my granddaddy shit off. Take my grandma shit off your head. Get off our reservations.
Apparently, motherfuckers is out here going through identity crisis. Like, I never knew so many people do that shit. I experienced that shit firsthand last year. But the way that y'all will be around a person and y'all take up their whole identity, do everything that they do, talk the way they talk, dress the way they dress, and some more shit, and then you act like them until you meet somebody else that you want to be like. That shit. That shit ain't weird, y'all. That shit is very weird. It's like, be your own motherfucker. Be your own person.
Nous pas de bataille pour être nous seulement. Non. Nous l'ouvrir pas pour tout faire nous. Oui.
So the Pope divided the world between Spain and Portugal to have it colonized. Christopher Columbus was a black Jew. In fact, the Spaniards and the Portuguese were black, swarthy people. I will share these images and take a minute to pause and read it. It tells you see, the Jews were black. Jewish men were most black. And like I said, you see, Portugal and Spain were the ones that colonized us, and they were dark people. They were swarthy, dark people. You see, the Spanish, this is a Spanish Jew. Again, I will be sharing these images with you in a minute. Okay? The black royalty Jews ruled Europe. I told you they started off black. Another bust of an Espanol. You could tell that he is black. Okay, so the Negroes. Yes. Okay, so the Negroes did not come from Ham or Canaan, because Africa is the territory of Ham. Canaan was America. The Negroes came from Japhet, Eurasia. And when the wild men took them down and took over, they rewrote history, then they started to sell them off. That's why you see posters that say Negroes for sale. Because Japhet I'm going to cover that another time. So Japhet are the Negroes, okay? Which are the European races, okay? So you see, these are the Canaanites. Canaanites are not Negroes. You see, Japhet these are Eurasia, right? This is Europe. That's why they have the Negro Brotherhood of Seville, Spain. And they dress like the Inquisition. And this is in America. These Klansmen, their hands are black. Again, I will be sharing these images with you. They all have black hands. You see? And even Dave Chappelle did a skit on it. And you see this image with Santa Claus and the two black elderly people. You see Santa Claus is holding his hand. You see his hand is white. You see how he matches? These are black hands. That's the white hand. These are black people. Absolutely they are. And the King of England was known as the Black Boy. And even Benjamin Franklin, which I will be sharing this, will tell you. You see that the people from Eurasia, Russia, France, Sweden, German, they were swarthy. Not copper color, but swarthy. You see? The royal Negroes of Spain and Portugal. These were our colonizers, and they were black. And in fact, it tells you, see, their complexion was swarthy. Swarthy. And swarthy is not copper. And in our reading, this is in the reading of Lamentation, where the northern kingdom fell into captivity and they led us away. Our princes were lean and tan, the finest specimen of men. And this is in the King of Solomon. My beloved one is tan and handsome, better than 10,000 others. His head is pure, the purest of gold, and he has wavy hair, not woolly hair, but wavy hair. And the woman was dark. And you need to understand something, that our people get dark too. Okay? Before they started mixing us with these white races, we were pretty dark. And I'm going to share images of our people. We were really dark. And also, some of the Gentile nations married into our tribes, because throughout the scriptures you will see that we married into them because they started following our God, our Yahuwah, and our ways, and they married into our races. I mean, excuse me, into our tribes, and they so like even in the first Exodus, it tells you there were a group of Egyptians came and joined us in the first Exodus because they started following Yahuwah. So yes, so you do see dark and black people among the pictures, but you guys have it twisted because the black community thinks that we stole their identity, which is not true. We are daddy's children. We are the red nations, where Adam means red. And some of them joined us and married into our tribes. Philippines and the Polynesians are also our tribal brothers as well. Throughout the scriptures, you will see how we were used sackcloth for mourning, and they still do this today. Our tribal brothers and sisters, they still use these are called the Tonga funerals. I hope I'm saying it correctly. They still use them, and you see the fringes. They do still do this during mourning, and in fringes. You noticed how our native community has always had fringes, and a lot of our fringes and outfits are in the museum that they took from our people. And they have a ribbon of blue on the bottom and fringes. And now these so-called Hebrew Israelite movements started recently putting fringes on the bottom because they're stealing everything, right? So our scriptures, it tells you to do the sackcloth for mourning and to do the fringes. So we did it then, and we still do the fringes today. They're just trying to just steal our identity and claiming it as their own. Said that the slaves were set free in 1865, right? So why is there a black man in the $2 bill in 1862? You know that the first 8 presidents of America were black Moors, right? And another thing, why were the broken promises and treaties broken with the red nations and not the black Hamites, Canaanites here? Because the land belonged to our people. It didn't belong to them. We took possession of Canaan. That's why the treaties that they broke were broken with the red nations and not the black Moors. I explained this before. The island of Puerto Rico, which is my island, they had discovered over 800 Paleo Hebrew artifacts in 2019, the time of the Great Awakening. And Puerto Rico represents the Northern Kingdom. That's why in Mexico they call themselves the Norteños because we're the Northern Kingdom. And the ones in North America, up here in America, are the Southern Kingdom. Okay? And you remember that I explained this before, that during the Columbus exchange, they took our people throughout the world. And remember, Columbus was a crypto Jew, and they were black. The black Moors. They were, and by the way, the Moors were Muslims. They created all the Abrahamic religions. Like I said, the Jews were black. What do you think that what do you think that Nick Cannon or Canaan, he even said it, and he got in trouble for saying it, that the original Jews were black, and so did Kanye West, because that's exactly what happened. So like I said before, we were taken throughout the world. You will see that in the reading of Joel 3, that they sold us, the Greeks sold us, because the original Greeks and Romans were also black Moors, and they took us throughout the world. And one of the places that we landed was in Italy, right? And there's a mural in Italy of the Tainos. And there's actually an area named Taino. And that's the mural, in the Vatican. And these are your Tainos. You see, they are rooty. They're not swarthy. I'm going to share a couple of quotes from the Jewish community. And one thing I noticed that the Jews and the blacks work together. Okay, and if you look at them, the Jews tend to look more like white people than black or Hispanic people. So I don't know why they're saying this. And I've also covered in the past incubator babies and synthetic people. So I don't know if this is this them through the years, they just got lighter and lighter, or they're synthetic beings. I don't know what there is because these are NPC players in the system. But all I know, if you look at them, the Jews tend to look more like white European people than they do black people. So I don't know why they're saying that you should genocide the white race.
Up, perfect. Jawline's moving clean, beautiful. Now give him a smile.
Is it convincing?
Just check alignment. Hold still for me. Blink. Good. Brows up. Perfect. Jawline's moving clean, beautiful. Now give him a smile.
Thank you guys.
It's real.
Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to Psychosec. Can I answer any questions? What is it all about? Well, we're a company that produces 100% organic human sleeves. You're probably wondering what's a human sleeve. Well, if you gather around, I can let you know what we do here in full details. So here at Psychosec, we've been able to achieve true immortality. by taking your human consciousness and storing it on a device called a cortical stack. It's implanted in the base of your neck, and it collects and stores everything that makes you you. Every memory, every emotion, every sensation, everything you've ever experienced gets stored on this little device. You can see it here on the screen that's about to come up. You guys just follow me. All the information is stored on this device and can be digitally transferred from one sleep that you currently occupy into the sleep of your choosing.
Sleeves are basically human bodies we grow in our labs. They're organically real. Bones, tissue, organs, everything. These are the best bodies you'll ever have. Period. Nothing can hurt these bodies, but they are human. So if something were to happen to them, you can always change them out for a new one. That's why it says immortality becomes non-existent. Because you can be 50 in one body and change to the next body. You're as young as you feel. If you come this way, David's going to show you some 2018 models that you can choose from.
Well, you can choose which sleeve you desire. Now you can either have the sleeve that you have right now, or we have a selection of wonderful sleeves. Psychic, fully genuine and organic produced. Now if you'd like to be taller, shorter, skinnier, if you'd like to have better vision, maybe strengthen your body, you have the choice to choose a man or a woman's sleeve. Now if your sleeve becomes damaged or too old for your liking, simply remove from the cortical stack your DHF, your consciousness, to another, newer.
Today's new music video is demonic because it showcases a skin suit being removed and revealing an alien. And what's very interesting is right before the alien is revealed, there is a lyric that says, "Wake up to the new me," shortly before the alien is revealed underneath the Kanye suit. Now, is this truth in plain sight? Is there something more going on here? Because he also had the Michael Jackson impersonator in this music video. So is there somebody else impersonating Kanye? Something else very interesting is he showcases a black horse. You know, the 4 horsemen and the black horse, what it represents. So again, this is truth in plain sight yet again, and this music video is very demonic in my honest opinion, because he is pushing the alien stuff just like everybody else. Again, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just pointing out certain things and